Morning everybody, it's Wednesday, you know what that means. Welcome along to episode number 22 of our F1 23 My Team career mode with Team Chaseliner. And it's time for the utter mess that is going to be the Brazilian Grand Prix. And you just know it's going to be a mess. There's our facility. We have that level 2 now on the chassis, so we'll be able to get some chassis upgrades on the go. Hopefully we get some chassis upgrades on the go. You never know what these cars are going to be like. While I'm doing this and saving another video, yeah, we took engine penalties in Brazil, and that certainly helped us out no end. And when I say it helped us out no end, I mean it helped us out no end. We also got a new sponsor in Blue Star. Welcome them to the team. Let's have a look at the championship, shall we? And George Russell could potentially win the Drivers' Championship this weekend if he finishes ahead of Charles Leclerc. And then comes Carlos Sainz, Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez, Lewis Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Jackie in P8, Lando Norris and Pierre Gasly in P10, all the way down to Logan Sargent, Nick De Vries and Tatiana Calderon, who have yet to score. Oh dear me. I'm not dying. I swear I'm not dying. Although I know there are a lot of people that wish I did. Right, let's go have a look. We've got 2,000 resource points. What can we get? Only 2 upgrades. But they are 2 big meaty upgrades, it looks like. Are they majors? They look majors. To me, they look majors. And they are majors, so... But we won't be able to get them until next season. So I think we hold them and wait until next season to deploy some big-time upgrades. But good day practice and qualifying, and we'll see you for the sprint race, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. The governess lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Perez, Leclerc, Russell, Verstappen, Sainz, Stroll, Ocon, Bottas, Hulkenberg, Norris, Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Magnussen, Joe, Sonoda, Albon, Oscar Piastri, Sargent, De Vries, and Tatiana Calderon. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
No, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to assure you your eyes are not deceiving you. Pole position for the Brazilian sprint race. Your eyes do not deceive you. Pole position. Let that sink in. That new engine gave mega speed down this straight. Even with the DRS wide open, it gave absolute mega speed. So, slightly salivating here, just very slightly salivating. But I tell you what, those soft tyres, they do last. So, shouldn't be any fall off, we hope. Let's go win a sprint race then. Okie dokie then. Right. So yeah, you can imagine I was shocked when I saw she got pole. But I think it's that engine, that fresh engine we took in Mexico. That's what I think it's all about here. I will say this. And please, 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 everybody listen to what I'm going to say. If she wins the sprint race, big deal, she won the sprint race. It doesn't count in the record books. It doesn't even count in real life. I'll give you an example. George Russell last year won the sprint race at Belgium. It meant absolutely nothing. He then went on and won the main race in the Grand Prix, and that meant something because the main race was his first official victory in F1. The sprint race is almost like an unofficial race, if you think about it. It's a race that isn't a race, even though it is a race. If that makes sense. Somebody out there is going to be like, make it make sense. Well, I just did. I just did, and you're all going to have to live with that. So, if she wins a sprint, don't all jump up and down, big hoops, big hoo-ha and whatnot. It meant absolutely nothing. She's got to. Everyone wants to get back to the start here, and I personally don't blame them. Like, I really, really don't blame them. Right, let's go, girl. Let's get pole position for tomorrow.
Superb parking there, mate.
That's all this race does. It decides the grid for tomorrow. It's essentially that kind of a race. But it's the race that we need to get on with, don't we? So here we go then, folks. 5 red lights here at the sprint race of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Chase-Levin on pole. Who would have thought that? As the lights go out and away we go. Great start from Jackie at the front. Yes, good start. There's someone else making a good start at the back there. I think it's one of the Alfa Romeos on the Aston Martin. Is that Hulkenberg? May have actually been Hulkenberg on Alonso that was going. It's all kicking off in the midfield section. We head down the Sabina D'Argo for the first time. Big defensive move there from our girl as she tries to pinch Hamilton in on the apex through Sabina D'Argo. And now up to the Ferradura corner. I must say, from doing time trial at this circuit, it feels so good to throw an F1 car around Brazil again. And even my tame racing driver said the same thing. Yes, I have a tame racing driver. Some say that tame racing driver comes from a country that has no border. And that if he was dealing with Mark Harper, he would immediately bitch slap the hell out of him because he's an absolute moron. My railway friends will have got that reference straight away. But on to the end of lap number 1. And still it is all going off. We got a nice fight going here between the smooth operator and Hollywoodland Stroll, and that's going to put Sainz up into P8. Meanwhile, let's move on to lap number 3. Stroll's woes will continue as now he's about to be passed by King Alonso. Down into the ZRS around the outside. He's going to go King Alonso, and he's going to pinch Stroll towards the apex and get the run, but still side by side through Curva del Sol down to the Sabina D'Argo. Or Descida D'Argo, I should say. I keep saying that wrong. It's Descida. My Portuguese is not the best, folks. Anyone that does speak Portuguese, I absolutely apologise for butchering Descida D'Argo, even though I call it Sabina D'Argo for some insane reason. That's about 5 moves that Jackie's made to keep Hamilton behind her. But round the outside of Descida D'Argo, and through to Ferradura. She's going to keep the lead for the moment, but for how much longer? For how much longer is that? Oh my God, there was an absolute moment there as Hamilton went one way, then the other way. And, oh, that's even more dander. That's even more dander. She just got on the... Can we see that again? On the brakes here. We'll see it in slow motion. She just made this decision at the very, very last second. It's almost reminiscent of Montoya and Schumacher. 2005, I think it was. Look at that. Hamilton was turning into the apex. He had to turn away physically as that pink and black car died for the apex. Oh, you can bet some colours came out of Hamilton there. One turned the airwaves that colour, and the other came out of his rear end. Because we're used to young prime Lewis Hamilton making those kind of moves, but not this girl here. As Hamilton fought about it again, but there's no way through. There's just no way through as we go to the smooth operator. Smooth operator. And he's going to go around the outside of Valtteri Bottas. Down to the centre S, still side by side. Oh, getting a little fresh with each other. Or maybe a little contact there as Bottas gave him the shoulder. But great racing between the pair of them. Absolutely great race between two consummate professionals. In Valtteri, what the hell happened there? That was a screen freeze and a half. I mean, Jesus H, that was a screen freeze. It probably needed to be one as Hamilton thinks about the outside, thinks about the inside, but they're free wide into the Interlagos with Charles Leclerc getting involved. Hello! How are you doing there, says that Ferrari. I'll just borrow this spot there, but there's no way through down to Ferradura because she parks the car right in. She maybe a way through into the Young Cow. Sorry, not Young Cow, into the Pico de Plateau section. But not quite as we say. We're now looking at Max Verstappen. No, Sergio Perez, I do apologise. Verstappen is behind him as we're now looking at Hamilton. With Leclerc trying to find a way through, and there's no way through. It's like she's got a car that instead of 2 metres wide, it's about 20 metres wide. There just seems to be no way through. As Leclerc's lost it, and oh my God, he's taken out Perez. Leclerc lost it! What happened? Contact? Leclerc's fine. Let's have a look. Perez is not. Perez is out the race. That's him starting P22 tomorrow. You'll get some entertainment from Sergio Perez. He just lost it on the Curva del Sol exit. That's insane. I have never seen a car lose it there. That's flat out. On board with Max Verstappen. Let's see what that looked like from Verstappen. I bet you Perez had nowhere to go. Yeah, he just lost it on the exit. Perez had nowhere to go. The victim in Charles Leclerc's own mistake. Can you Adam and Eve it? And Verstappen now into P3. Meanwhile, oh hello. Oh hello. Oh, say, can you see Hamilton's on the charge? Anyone like my representation of the American national anthem? I hope you do, because we're going through the Monero corner after we come out the Pico de Plateau. It's Jun Chow, and then I'd imagine it's a sprint to the line between Chase-Liner Mercedes and Mercedes. Who's going to win this one as we get the sprint coming to a conclusion? He's got the overspeed. He's almost right into the back of her. Almost right. He's pushing her over the line, but whoa! Jackie wins the sprint. Jackie wins the sprint. Okay, everyone calm down. Calm down. That's just pole position for tomorrow. Everyone calm the hell down. Fernando Alonso, driver of the day. Okay, we'll accept that.
That's a positive result for George Russell, who further solidifies his position at the top of the standings. Let's have a look then at the driver's standings. With the sprint wrapped up, we now have our grid line up for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
See, it's so unofficial you don't get a podium. There you go, you do not get a podium for the sprint race. So that race meant nothing. All it meant is she scored 8 points and she starts pole position for tomorrow. That's all it means. Don't make anything more. Mind you, we're going to get some action tomorrow because we've got Leclerc and Perez at the back of the field, and they're going to make some moves and instantly put Tatiana down in P22. That we can all see coming a million miles away, can we not? Okay, let's all not get ahead of ourselves. That was a sprint race. In the records books, the sprint races count for nothing. Okay? You get the main prizes, in the Grand Prix. But sprint race victory, we take that. Can she translate that into a big race victory? It's possible. It's possible. Right, we have 3,487 resource points. And we have some chassis upgrades. So, I am very tempted to get these right now. Get them right now and just get them over and done with. We could try and rush them in for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, but I don't want to take the chance of rushing them in for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So we'll get one now, and we'll get the other as well. And that is a big chassis upgrade come next season. See, everyone else, they will be developing their chassis and their aero as well, but it's all going to be about how their engine and durability holds out. We will go get that front wing flat profile as well. That will be for our next season as well. But I think we want to also concentrate on getting spec level 2 for the thingy department. So I must say, let me just show you. Look, 100 difficulty. So we haven't changed the difficulty. It's still been on that. We will start looking at upping it though very soon, I think. Let's go get the race underway then.
Welcome along then to where heroes and history are made. It's where the 2008 title was decided in the very final corner. Just 1 year later, Jenson Button stormed through from 14th on the grid to claim his one and only Drivers' Championship. It's time then for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. We're racing today then at Interlagos, a historic 2.7-mile circuit and one of the few anti-clockwise tracks on the calendar. 15 corners in total, 9 to the left and 6 to the right, with a technical middle section opening up to a flat-out Sector 3. That gives us our best passing opportunity down into Turn 1. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. The governess lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Verstappen, Ocon, Hülkenberg, Gasly, Norris, Albon, Joe, Magnussen, Bottas, Tsunoda, Sargent, Oscar Piastri, De Vries, Calderon, Leclerc and Sergio Perez completes our grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. Anthony Davidson is here once again for today's Grand Prix.
The key now will be to keep in the right mindset. We've seen time and again that things go wrong if you just try and do the minimum. Not necessarily because of the pressure, but because it's different to your usual approach. They'll need to avoid that and stay focused today.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Don't you worry about that there, buddy. I have a feeling she can hold them off for 6 laps. She can hold them off for 18 laps. So, well, yeah, who's going to take that 2-stop? That 2-stop's just ridiculous. No one's going to take that in their life. But I would have thought the softs would have been an option, but apparently not. So, medium to hard. That medium tyre is still a pretty good tyre. We're not sure about the hard tyre, though. That could be the downfall right there.
Okay, so that's
right then.
Good. We need to stay in for...
Now, we start to talk about victories. Oh, hello. What's going on there? Nothing. Okie doke.
Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes.
Now we can start to talk about victories. Because these next 18 laps are going to be crucial. I love the fact that she started on the mediums. I love the fact that she started on the mediums. Don't get me wrong, the soft tyre was a very good tyre in the sprint race. I don't think it was going to last more than a sprint race. So that would have brought a 2-stop into the... almost onto the grass there and there. It's okay, it's okay. It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine, Jackie, absolutely fine. But like I said, these next 18 laps are going to be crucial. Let's remember, folks, let's remember earlier in the season, Great Britain, she won the race and got robbed by the red flag glitch. Belgium, she won the race and got robbed by the red flag glitch. That red flag glitch is gone now. It's gone. It's a thing of the past. If she wins here, she will finally win. And I get to use my favourite clip once again. Everyone knows what clip that is. We can't say it yet. Because we haven't won the darn thing yet. Can you tell I'm a bit nervous? Can you tell? She put up some great defending from Hamilton in the sprint race. Let's be completely honest, folks. She absolutely defended like a lioness.
Okay, incredible.
Now is not the time to be defending like a lioness. Now is the time to be head down, focus.
Okay, so that's the rest.
Let's get this off and underway.
Watch for those lights.
Let's get this going. We want this feature race going as we go to the 5 red lights here at the Interlagos circuit, the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pace for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Lights out, away we go. Great start from Jackie again as she's off. I think Russell's got a better start than Hamilton. No, actually, Hamilton's been Russell's been bogged down into 3 wide with Sainz and Alonso. They've disappeared off into distance. It's just these two out in the front, and will Hamilton look to immediately pounce? Yes, he will. Jackie does the same move she did in the sprint race, forces him onto the apex, and will be seeing you later. Gets a little looser on exit, does Lewis Hamilton, as we head up to Ferradura. It all looks pretty calm and neat and tidy behind her. Everyone going into single file line astern. As through the Pico de Plateau we go. Little bit of a power drift through the first corner of the Pico de Plateau. Up to the second of the Ducksbills hairpins. And then Minero and Junchao, and then we can start the run to the Senna S for the first time. Or, sorry, the second time. First time at full speed, I should say. But definitely the second time in this race. Look at the front three here. Carlos Sainz has caught up to the back of Hamilton and Jackie as they flying up to the centre S. You got Russell defending for Alonso. Hamilton looking up the inside. Not quite getting there. The job done as I think Sir Perez is looking for a way past Nick de Vries. Tatiana's gone up to P16. How did that happen there? It won't last for very much long because Valtteri Bottas is going past very nicely up round the outside, up the inside of the second corner, but back comes Tatiana through Curva del Sol. This here, I actually didn't check that between Mexico and Brazil. Let me check that. Which is closer? Colombia. Let me have a look here. As what are we looking at here? She keeps P16 for the moment. Colombia country, yes, country in South America. Thank you. Which is closer? Actually, I think Mexico's more of a closer home race than Brazil. Oh, it's very tight. It's very tight because it's literally right in the middle. Although I think Colombia shares a border with Brazil, so I think we'll say Brazil is an effective home race. I think it was the same with Juan Pablo Montoya when we came to Brazil. They treated Brazil as his home race as Perez gets up the inside of Logan Sargent, and Charles Leclerc is having a tough time getting past Nick de Vries. Speaking of having a tough time getting past someone, Jackie will offer the outside of the corner at the Descida de Largo to Lewis Hamilton, but that will all that he gets. He doesn't get anything further after that, but how much longer will it be before he comes knocking? DRS is activated now as we look back at the rear wing of Jackie with Lewis Hamilton gaining. My God, the overspeed in that Mercedes is frightening. It is absolutely frightening. I just felt a really cold breeze once again. Oh, the wind's getting up. There's a storm on the way. And speaking of storm on the way, Bottas is still trying to get past the Colombian Conquistadores. Tatiana Calderon. Sergio Perez has Leclerc's got past Nick de Vries somewhere. We haven't seen that. I assume De Vries has made an error somewhere and Leclerc just pounced. He's about to pounce on Logan Sargent as well. I hope that when this goes out, Williams did rather well in the British Grand Prix, because that would be awesome if that happened. But look at that defence from Sargent. Absolute stonewall defence. He's like, you might be in a faster Ferrari, but you are not coming through. And speaking of you might be coming through, Filo Piastri, I think, just overtook Tatiana Calderon into Descida del Lago. We'll get that checked out. Oh yeah, it's going to be a dive bomb. It's going to be a dive. Good view on board Sergio Perez here as we look at that. That was Tatiana's just going backwards and backwards very quickly as there's a Mercedes blowing up. Oh, not Hamilton again. Oh, not Hamilton again. Oh, I'm heartbroken. Oh, but that's going to put the smooth operator. Smooth operator. Is that, yeah, it is. That's a Mercedes powertrain. Hamilton again. That's got to be a new engine as well, because he blew the one in Mexico up. He blew the one in Mexico up. He didn't really, but you get where it is I am going with that thought process, shall we say. And the next parking spot for him, as that engine still smokes away like a proper good one, it's going to be on the outside of the corner named after his hero, Ayrton Senna. And that is day done for Mercedes. It might be day done for Jackie on the next lap, because here comes Carlos Sainz. That is a defence. There may be contact going on here. They are beating and banging off each other. The Brazilian director is having a mare with the cameras. But, yeah, they were beating and banging off of each other. Speaking of beating and banging, I think I need to bang my head off something because, well, it is Sergio Perez. We'll let him go. Won't we, folks? Let him go. Let him go. That's not her race, unfortunately. Sergio Perez in a much faster car. Speaking of in a much faster car, but can't get past the slow moving roadblock. Charles Leclerc has not made the moves that I thought he would make personally. As he goes, finally I think he's got past Logan Sargent. Yes, he has. And now he'll chase after the Colombian conquistadores. As, well, for the sixth time, well, it must be 6th or 7th time hammer, almost free wide. George Russell coming to have a word as well. She's defends through Descida del Lago once again, but how much more pressure can she take? It's like she's a sponge. Hey, now that was contact. Oi, I'm not having that. Get him. Get him round the outside of Descida del Lago. He got very loose as we got the run up to Ferradura, still side by side. Who is going to have the bigger you-know-whats here as they go through the Ferradura, and Sainz has lost 2 positions. Well, he's lost 1 at the moment to Ultimate Ladies Man and Kingsland's #1 driver, George Russell. He might lose another one to Fernando Alonso as, yeah, this is just not your fight, Tatiana. It's just not your fight, so let him go. I know she should defend. I know everyone is screaming, please defend Tatiana. But that is not her fight. Her fight, let's be brutal and let's be honest with everyone, is with Sargent and De Vries. Jackie's fight's with Ultimate Ladies Man and Kingsland's #1 driver, George Russell. As he's the other guy that started on the mediums. So, if anyone we need to watch out for, great defence into Centre S, by the way, from Jackie. Yeah, Alonso did get past Carlos Sainz, and I think Carlos Sainz may have another shade of green coming right past him as Hollywood Lance Stroll looks to the outside. Will he use Fernando as a bit of a tow to get through around the outside of the Centre S? I think he might, I think he might, and I think he will. But Carlos Sainz going to keep it right there through Curva del Sol, still side by side between the Ferrari and the Aston Martin. And you saw the Aston Martin. We're looking on board the side camera of Esteban Ocon at what's going on here. Great look around the outside. Did Alonso get through on George Russell? I think he did. So King Alonso is he may be retiring soon, but he's still rolling back the years and rolling back the youth and experience as cheeky Lando Norris is going to get past Alexander Albon into the first corner. Great move there. Yeah, let's see that again. I want to see what Alonso did here. take a swig of Pepsi Max there. Maximum taste, no sugar. Yeah, George just went a little deep. Oh, bit of contact between the two. I hope that didn't damage Alonso's wing. But it might be time to get these medium tyres off. I think it might be time to get these mediums off. And I think that's what we're going to do. And Alonso is going to... Oh, I thought Alonso was going to follow her then. But he chose to just get that DRS speed off her and straight down the main straight. So here we go. Here we go. Medium tyres about to go on. Look at the beautiful colour scheme on that Chase-Levin Mercedes-Benz. Absolutely beautiful through the centre S. Now you want to power slide it through these corners as much as possible. She could come out last, but she's coming out in clean air. And that's what she needs. She needs clean air and clean laps now to at least get some kind of advantage over this pack right here, led by Fernando Alonso, the retiring Fernando Alonso at the end of this season, and he's now decided to pit. George Russell's going to carry on for another lap. So Jackie's going to get a 2-lap undercut going on Russell and Sainz and Stroll. Well, that should be a no-brainer there. Alonso into the lane. He gets serviced very nicely. And I have no clue what they were doing there. Maybe Stroll's coming in on the next lap. Now, where's the Chaseliner? It's going to be close because there was De Vries and Sargent. I think she has gone through. There she is right there. So that is Jackie back ahead of Alonso. Now, that was a bit closer than it needed to be. That I'll admit. That was a bit closer than it needed to be. Let's see what happens when Ultimate Ladies Man and King's Lynn's #1 driver George Russell comes in with Carlos Sainz and Hollywood Land Stroll right behind him. Who else is back there? I think the man's coming in. Guan Yu Zhou's coming in. Could do with... Oh, yes, we could do with something kicking off here. He's been held, and Carlos Sainz has beat him out! Oh, that... Well, are we... do we need to see... I think Tatiana's coming in for her stop as well. Yeah, Jackie's got way ahead of Carlos Sainz. Oh, actually, no, she's right there with Alonso. What was that? Something screaming outside. Didn't quite... That sounded like a bird. You know, bird. Ooh, I thought Alonso was going to get up there as we did our best bird is the word impersonation. Meanwhile, Fernando Alonso, he's nowhere close here. He's not even close. Where is he? He's not there. Has Alonso got some kind of... No, there's Alonso. Sainz and Russell are side by side. Carlos, they're having a good Barney. Let's go have a look at this fight here. And now he's close enough. He's going to get a run down Interlagos. Oh, that's a squeeze. Will the veteran Alonso appreciate that kind of a squeeze from the young pretender? I think somewhere deep down he might appreciate that. He might just appreciate that. As we look at Esteban Ocon go for a big dive on the Hulk, Nico Hulkenberg side by side through to Interlagos. The pair of them, but Hulkenberg keeps the position for the moment. Now, Valtteri Bottas. I've just thought, with our colour scheme looking like it is right now, it does almost look like the Alfa Romeo, doesn't it? In a weird way. It also means that Bottas might get past Alexander Albon here for P413, I should say. Albon's going to keep that position for the moment. Great overdrive out of Interlagos. Meanwhile, it seems like we're saying this every single lap. And we mean every single lap. There's a defence coming. Oh, that was a... I tell you what, she turned defence into attack mode right there. And that might give her the breathing space she needs. What is going on here? We got a slow car on the outside. Who is that going slow? There's a slow car chilling in the middle of the track. Was it Verstappen? It is Verstappen. He's just plummeting down the field. What has gone on with Verstappen? Is he retiring? He might be retired, but it's allowed the Alpines to... get up there, and we got the man Gasly going round the outside of Nico Hulkenberg. That was weird. What happened? Can we get a replay? Oh, Gasly. Oh, there might have been a bit of contact. There might have been a cheeky bit of contact between the Hulk and the man. But, and you got the Great Dane in close attendance as well. But there goes the man into P8 as we look at Valtteri Bottas. Yeah, Verstappen going really slow here. I don't know what's cracked off with Verstappen. Is it an engine failure or has he gone into the pit? I think he went into the pits. So, oh, we got McLaren around. That's Lando Norris has gone around. What has gone on there? He must have just got way too trigger happy on the power on the exit. And I mean way too trigger happy. As we move on to coming up to lap 14 with yeah, Verstappen is still in this race. I wonder if he had a puncture. I tell you what, that was almost borderline. There is the beautiful British Racing Green Aston Martin, and I do mean beautiful Aston Martin. Tried to get past Jackie. We may be free wide here. She may think once the edge. She's going. We are going to be almost free wide. And ultimate ladies man, we are free wide. As Alonso. What is going on in this race? Can somebody please explain to me what is going on in this race? Because it is going absolutely crazy as Valtteri Bottas looks to get past Yuki Tsunoda for P10. There's a yellow flag down there. Should that move have been made there, Mr. FIA Director? I always thought you couldn't overtake under yellow flags. A bit of controversy as well here in the Brazilian Grand Prix. We've had it all, haven't we? We've had passes for the lead. We've had controversy. We've had desperate defences going into the Center S, and there was another one between Jackie and George. Oh, and then maybe another one even more as we come on to the next lap. But Carlos Sainz in close attendance. Look at this top 10. This top 10's mad. Verstappen is nowhere near Logan Sargent. Logan Sargent's more closer to Tatiana than Verstappen is to Sargent. Here is Tatiana, by the way. I think the less said, the better. Because we're coming up to the contract negotiation. That was a good defense, by the way. We're coming up to the contract negotiation for next season as George is having another look at Jackie down into the first corner, into Interlagos, and oh, a bit of contact between Sainz and Russell now. Oh, somebody's got to have sustained damage here. Somebody has got to. I think George. Oh, I don't know if George has or not, because that black wing on the Mercedes didn't give off the best angle of approach there. As we look at Fernando Alonso trying to get back on the Hulk, but the Hulk around the outside of Alonso, and that's going to be position maintained, I think, for the moment. As we look at the Thai Brit driver, Alexander Albon, looking to get up to Yuki Tsunoda. Big dive bomb into Interlagos. That was a big dive bomb. And that's P11 for the Williams Thai Brit driver. It may mean absolutely nothing, though, for him as Logan Sargent. Well, like I said, we're coming up to the contract negotiation. I want to keep her around, but we can't keep putting up with these P20 performances considering where the car is. Because the car is, yeah, well, actually the car is about where Tatiana is supposed to be driving it. Jackie's just driving the absolute wheels off this thing, and I mean the wheels off this thing. As we come to the final lap of the Grand Prix, still, there is a pink and black car at the front of the field. Still. Don't ask how, but let's go with still. And let's just go with still very nicely. If she can get past here without George Russell looking to make a move. George is looking for a move down into Interlagos. It's not happening for him. But if she can keep hold of it, and she can save enough battery through this middle section where she has been absolutely queen. She's been absolute bossed here through this middle sector. I think we can start to say it. But we'll see. We'll see. Tatiana is behind Logan Sargent now. But, right, one more straight to go. Guys, I don't think he's even close enough. I can hardly believe we're about to say it. She got robbed in Britain. She got robbed in Belgium. It is going to be third time lucky unless he gets an absolute mega run going. It's going to be a drag race to the line, but I think she's going to hold on. You little beauty. Dumb! Dumb!
Ah, fantastic drive. That's just fantastic. Amazing. You deserve that race win. Well done, mate.
You go shopping. She's got driver of the day. Absolute dub!
And so the celebrations begin, and well-earned they are indeed. It might have looked simple at times, but as any racing driver will tell you, competing at this level at the very top is anything but simple. There's no catching them now then. We have a new World Drivers' Champion. It wasn't always plain sailing today, but it was a very important win nonetheless. Well, Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today, but what set them apart from the rest?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Absolute dub for... Oh, okay, we get to see George Russell because George Russell won the world title. Ultimate Ladies Man, Kingsley's #1 driver, and there's Toto giving him a big hug. We never saw the team principals give a hug after that, did we? I don't think we ever did. That was a nice touch there.
So let's review the updated driver standings. And this also means there's no catching our leader anymore. And we crown a new World Drivers' Champion. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for Driver of the Day?
I have to give it to the governess. They demonstrated a very delicate touch in close proximity to other cars, as well as showing a lot of maturity and patience in difficult situations.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
Oi, where's our podium? Where is our podium so we can celebrate that victory? Where is that podium? We want to be able to celebrate the fact that we won a race in season 1. And she won it with absolute sheer dogged defense as well. George Russell wins the driver's title with a P2 finish. Carlos Sainz, Lance Stroll, Esteban Ocon, Pierre Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Nico Hulkenberg, Ken Magnussen, Valtteri Bottas, your top 10. Tatiana P20. Less said the better. But Chase-Liner's first victory. Soak it in, folks. Oh, absolutely. Oh, well, seeing as there was no podium, I can get to use this for the first time. You know, there's almost kind of a little bit of karma with that. She got screwed in Britain. She got screwed in Belgium. And it's come back and we've won the Brazilian Grand Prix. There's almost... And look, she's not even smiling because winning is second nature to her. It's just utter perfection. And in a way, I'm glad that it's happened. I'm very glad. Oh, come on! Yeah, that was what we needed. We needed that, right? I think we could have there's nothing there for Tatiana. That's worrying, right? We'll take a podium celebration party. Definitely, we'll celebrate that like it's on sale for $19.99. That's $19,199 there, everybody. And next comes the race that I personally been looking forward to because we're going to be going for the first time to Las Vegas this year in real life. And I want to see what this track actually physically is going to look like because they said that they took real world composites to make this track. So, interesting, right? We have enough funds to be able to purchase this quality control upgrade and still have enough money to afford Tatiana's contract renewal. So, I think we will do just that. So there we go. That should, if not before Vegas, definitely before Abu Dhabi, we'll get spec level 2 on the aero department. We will then look at spec level 2 for engine and for durability as well in the off season. But that is a massive victory. Can we see the trophy in her trophies collection for season 1? There it is. Look at that. 2 second places, and then she gets a dub. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. We'll see you tomorrow for the Vegas Grand Prix. But this right here, how sweet does that look right there, folks?